So next, we will do a DRO. We want to see that this button, what state the e-stop's in. So we'll just do a DRO over the top. Once again, you can import your own objects in here, and my color is white. And I will make my DRO when it's not alive and it's dead state. I'll just make it a gray. So now I've just simply come over in here and just created a pretty simple shape. I'm going to right click and I'm going to convert that symbol to a movie incidence, and inside, and the reason we want that is because we want this object to go to a certain frame depending on the e-stop state. And I'll call this e-stop underscore LED. I do it all capitals. I got my caps lock on. Underscore LED. And it's a movie clip, and it'll be right here in the middle. So on my movie clip, I'm going to make 3 frames. The reason I'm making 3 and not just 2 is because I want to know whether that e-stop is actually getting data from Mach. So on the this state here, I'm going to put inside of here no data. That way I know that if it's not connecting, that I can troubleshoot it. I'm going to change the font size here and place that right on here, and then I maybe change my color so I can see it better here. And then on and you can see my text is not in the frame 2, but to just make things simple, I'm going to copy this, click on frame 2, right click, paste in place. That way I know that they'll always be in the same place, and I will put that it is active, and then I will also change the color to nasty red. I can also change my background to a red, so maybe something like that. And then for inactive, I'm going to right click, paste in place, and just put that system stable, something fun like that. Alright, and then probably want to change our background here. I can right click and cut that, change our background to a green state, and paste this in place, and possibly do a nasty green color here. And that way on my no data, I know that it's not receiving. On my active state, it will be red, and on my stable state, it'll be green. Now, what we want to do is I've included this file, and if you're watching this video and you don't know where to get the file, you can simply go to Mach, or just rewrite this code that I have here. Now, since I already have a default Mach here, inside of our LEDs, there's a very simple listener inside of here, and basically the listener you would put inside your LED depending on what LED it is. It'll be the exact same script always. The only difference will be what frame you want it to go to. You can either have put in green or off, or you can actually put 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. You would just take it out and you would put 2. Then it would go to frame 2. If you don't want to do that, you can label a frame, which I've done here, and I'll show you how to label it. But this script will always be the same. The only difference will be what frame you want to go to, and the root.watch, this part here, which will be the OEM codes for Mach, LED64, and so forth. One thing that you do want to do is you want to change offline function and name it whatever the function is. If you're doing offline online or e-stop, then rename this to keep up with what it is watching. So I'll come back here after copying that, and let's see, come in here, and here is, I'm inside of my movie. I'm going to click out to the hierarchy of the stage. You can see that this is my movie clip. I have selected this. I'm double clicking inside of it. Here are my 1, 2, 3 frames, and I'm going to add a layer, and I'll call this script, and I will call this my e-stop button. And now on my script, I will click on this frame 1, but it will continue to do that action through all the frames because I have not added any keyframes on this layer. I'm going to click and open my action script frame. I'm going to click inside my action scripts and just paste that simple code in here. And I'm going to actually call this eStop. And it's really good to just come in here, and I want this to be exactly the same as what I called it up here. And so you could just easily just copy this as well. It's really good to get in the habit of actually handwriting this and not copy pasting it, but you can do that as well. Now I know that for my eStop, if you need any codes at all and you're not sure what a LED is, just come here to this and you can easily just click on your eStop LED, double click, and inside of here it'll have everything ready to go. Now I know LED 800 is for the eStop, and I have this one set to red and green, and it's looking for a 0 value. You can change that as well to 1 or 0, because Mach is sending yes it's on or no it's off. So it's either sending a 1 yes it's on or a 0 no it's off. So I'll just simply come in here, change that to LED 800, and now I want it to go to and stop for a 1, which means that it is active, and a 0, which it means that is not active, which I'll call it green. So 1 go to and stop red. Well, that is my frame 2. I can just simply click on frame 2, come down here and click red, and then I know my frame 3, which is green. And now when I come and look at my action script, I can see it'll go to red and or green, depending on its current state. And if it's not receiving any data, it'll just simply stay here. One thing last action you need to add, click on each of these frames and just put a stop function. That because it is a movie and Flash will just try to play right through it. And just simply putting a stop function. And actually, I just realized you're going to have to do another layer, otherwise it'll remove my frames. Nope, that looks like it still cut my frames here. I just don't see the icon here anymore. Alright, so okay, so that should be pretty simple. So now inside of, we'll back up to our hierarchy. Inside of this button, we have 3 different states for the eStop button. Alright, very